So hi everybody, thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Tara Regan and I am Communications and Advocacy Manager at Arthritis Ireland. And as you know, we are having a Tai Chi Taster Class today with Kevin Copeland. So just to tell you a little bit, we're celebrating National Arthritis Week this week from March 31st to April 6th. And our theme this year is lifestyle medicine. So we've already had some fascinating webinars this week with experts in lifestyle medicine, and they discussed the benefits of movement, mindfulness, stress management, making social connections, diet and lifestyle. So we're delighted to add on to this today with Kevin's Tai Chi class. I'm sure for some people it's probably their first time, so it is an introductory class. Kevin is based in County Clare in Ireland, and he has practiced Tai Chi and Qigong. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Kevin?
Not far off. It's
okay.
Qigong.
Qigong, thank you,
Yeah,
for over 15 years, and he teaches mainly in the west of the country. And over that time, Kevin has trained with many of the world's top Tai Chi and Qigong masters, and he runs his own classes and workshops and has competed in international competition and also written and taught instructor training programs. So just to let you know, this one is recorded, so if you want to watch it back, you'll be able to do that on our website and our YouTube channel, and anyone who registered for today's class will also get a link to it tomorrow. Just to also mention that Arthritis Ireland has a helpline which is open from Monday to Friday from 10 to 4 p.m. So if anybody has any queries about arthritis or related conditions, the number is 0818252846. And also to let you all know, Kevin is running an online 6-week Tai Chi class that commences on Wednesday the 7th of May, and you can register for that class on our website. So just to let you know, as I said, this is recorded, but as it's a webinar, you'll all be on mute and your cameras will be off, but we would encourage your questions and we would ask you to put them in the Q&A, and at the very end then Kevin will be happy to take your questions for about 15 minutes, and we'll try to cover as many as we can. So without further ado, I am going to hand over to Kevin and let everything get started. So I'm going to make you the host, Kevin, and we'll get going. Thank you very much for joining us today, Kevin.
Okay, brilliant. Welcome everyone. I hope you enjoy what we're about to do. Just to give you some background, I've been actually teaching classes for people with arthritis for 10 years or so at this stage. So a lot of what I have developed in terms of especially warm-up exercises, etc., are especially good for people with arthritis. All Tai Chi is done from a standing position, and it's done with a relaxed body. Now, I do give classes for seated and for people who don't have the mobility to stand. Because this is a taster class, I'm going to do exercises that you can either do standing or sitting. Now, if I do an exercise standing, just assume you can do the same exercise sitting. If we need to make any adjustments, I'll demonstrate on a chair just so that you can know the difference. Now, the main thing with the Tai Chi is that you do it with a relaxed body. So when you do it with a relaxed body, you don't overstretch or overstrain. So if I make a movement, I do it to my flexibility. When you make a movement, you do it to your flexibility. The more relaxed you are, the better the more relaxed you are, the looser the joints, the better the blood and energy circulation through the body. Okay, and as Tara said, questions at the end, very welcome. Okay, so I'd say we should make a start. And we start classes with the Wushu salute. So, right hand into a fist, left hand, fingers together, thumb in. Bring the fist up, put the palm onto the knuckles, slight bow, and hands fall. Okay, so as I said, I'll do the movements from a standing position. You're able to do them from a seated. If there's any variation, I'll let you know. So the first thing, when you're doing the warm-up for Tai Chi, you work your way through the joints. So it's about loosening the joints. So we start with our fingers straight and crossed. Slight bend on the wrists, and then circle the wrists to what feels comfortable yourself. So making circles, and if you're standing, you can move the body to flow with the movement of the wrists. And then reverse. Now, let the hands come down and just a little stretch at the bottom and let them float up in front. Nice relaxed movement, keep the shoulders loose and relaxed. And then reverse. Little light stretch at the bottom. If you're in a seated position, you may have to hold it a little higher, but you can still give a little stretch. Now, press, arms straight, palms turn to the side. Then turn the hands, bring them forward, and then bend the elbows so the hands come towards the lower abdomen. Turn out, forward, in, keep going. So now we're going to do a little bit of work on the shoulder joints. So bring one hand across the chest with the fingertips just at the shoulder joint. The other hand, arm, palm up, bend the elbow, fingers towards the shoulder. Show you from the side, and we just make a circle with the elbow. The body can flow with the movement. Again, as I said at the start, only make the circle as big as is comfortable for you personally, keeping the shoulder relaxed. And reverse, go back the other way. Now, change arms. So one hand across the chest, fingers up in the other one. Now if you're doing it from a standing position, as you circle, sink and then rise as the elbow comes up. It's a good idea to sort of keep the blood circulating through the legs while you do the movements if you're in a standing position. And then back. Now, elbows together in front, and then back, up, together in front. Remember, go to what feels comfortable yourself. The more relaxed you are, the better it will feel and the more benefit you'll get yourself. And then back. Okay, so the next exercise, let me show you, is going to be for stretching and squeezing the side of the body here. Okay? So the hand is facing forward, arm in line with the side of the body. Keep the body facing forward, and then we bring the hips out, and then the arm comes in line with the ear and the side of the head. Again, it doesn't matter how far you stretch, as long as you feel a little stretch here. And then we come back down and squeeze the same part. Try it with me. Go. Stretch. Squeeze. Keeping the body loose. Other side. So sometimes when people do this exercise, they tend to do things like this. If you do that, then you're not stretching this part of the body. So keep it in line, and it'll do what its intended purpose is. So with me, squeeze, stretch, squeeze. Okay, very good. Now, I'll show you from the side. The next one, you have the feet just one foot slightly forward, but half step, the other foot at a slight angle for balance. Now, this is a very good stretch for the inside of the spine. Okay, so it's an inverted stretch. So we come forward, then the hands go back to what's comfortable, weight back, hands in. If you're doing it on a seated position, just hands up and back to what's comfortable. I meant to say as well, if you are seated, it's best if you sit towards the front of the seat, hopefully with no armrests at the side, body upright. Okay, so try that together. So back foot at an angle. Again, this one especially, nice and soft. So we'll bring the weight forward and we just lift the heel a little as we bring the hands up. Bring the weight back, bring the hands in towards the chest. Forward, back, in. Forward, up, back, in. Forward, up, back, in. Forward, up, back, in. So change feet so we get an equal stretch on both sides. Now, and just you can have a look at I have a sort of, if you put me on speaker in the Zoom, and you'll have a good view of the side camera, which can help with the angles, okay? So, forward, up, back, in. Okay, so now we're going to turn the body. The arms, if you're looking from above, the arms or in a rounded position. When you're turning the body, you keep the weight centered and the body upright, and just turn to what feels comfortable yourself. So you turn a little, hands back to the center, look back, turn a bit more into the center. Turn to the other side a little, look back to the center, turn a bit more. Again, it's just opening up the vertebrae in the spine, but be mindful if you have any back issues that you don't turn too far. If you're feeling any joint pain when you're doing exercises in Tai Chi, it means you're pushing it too far, so you have to draw back in a little to make it comfortable for yourself. Okay, I'll count you through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just relax the arms, turn the body. This might be a little bit difficult if you're seated, but you can still sort of turn the body and adjust the hands. Okay, feet together. So stretch, 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 lower, release. You can just do it standing and stretch if you have trouble with your balance, or seated, you can just do it seated and just stretch. Okay? Feet together. Stretch, stretch, lower, release. Stretch, stretch, lower, release. Stretch, stretch, lower, release. Okay, just kick out the legs. So I want to show you I use these in all my classes. They're exercises to help with the blood circulation and the strengthening of the tendons from the elbows to the fingertips. So I'll come closer so you can have a good view of what my hands are doing. So with me, so just bend the elbows, bring the hands up towards the shoulders. Bring the elbows back a little so the palms are facing forward. Now, as much as it's comfortable for yourself, spread the fingers and thumbs and push the palm forward so they're nice and flat. Okay? And then we push forward, keeping them upright so they don't go down. So you go to what's comfortable yourself, but keep them flat as if they were resting against the wall. Now, from this position, we're going to curl our fingers and thumbs again to what's comfortable yourself. Don't force these exercises. As more relaxed, the better. So from the second knuckle, so that's your first set of knuckles there. From your second set of knuckles, curl the fingers and thumbs. Okay? And then form fists with the thumbs on the outside and bring the elbows back. Bring them up, open, press. Curl the fingers and thumbs. Remember, bending from the second knuckles. Form the fist. Back. Up. Open. Spread the fingers and thumbs. Remember, flat and straight. Now, press. Curl. Fist. In. Up. Press. Now, my thumbs are straight, bring the thumbs in front. So the little fingers touch the thumbs, the ring fingers touch the thumbs, middle finger touch the thumbs, index fingers touch the thumbs. So they're now in this shape. Now, bring the knuckles back towards you, don't move the arms. Again, just to what's comfortable yourself. Fingers down and back. Keep the arms where they are. Leave the elbows where they are, but straighten the arms. Keep the arms in that posture, then bring them back. Bring them down, turn, up, open, spread the fingers and thumbs. Press. Thumbs in front, little fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers, index fingers. Pull the knuckles back. Point the fingers down and back. Straighten the arms. Bring the arms back. And take off the arms. Okay, so I know there's going to be a recording, but this is something that everybody can do quite simply. And when we do them, just so you know, I hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And fists and in. For this one, once we have the hands in the position, knuckles back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fingers down and back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten the arms, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, warm up the palms. Make them nice and warm. If you're sitting on the chair, move yourself to the front of the chair and lean forward a little. If you're standing, rub the kidneys. Kick out the legs. So, very important joints in general health and in Tai Chi are the hip joints. So, the next couple of exercises are to open the hip joints. So the first one, back leg straight, weight forward, body facing forward. One hand on the thigh, then the thumb behind the hip joint. And we just go forward and back, just gently opening the hip joint. If you're doing it from a seated position, turn so that you're to the side and bring this leg back. Bring this leg back and then thumb behind and just turn like this. You'll feel it in the hip joint here. Let's try it together. Body naturally upright. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change legs. If you're sitting, go from this side and then turn into this side and turn to open the hip joint. Okay, so for standing, swap legs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and circle the ankle. And then reverse. Circle the other ankle. And reverse. Kick out the legs. So the style of Tai Chi that I was taught, which was the original style that the other ones came from, was Chen style. It's not about learning lots of different movements, but it's about each movement adhering to the Tai Chi principles. And so it's more about sort of feeling the benefit rather than trying to learn things in your head but not actually having them translate into good movement with the body. Okay? So we're going to start with something called single whip silk reeling exercise. So we'll just do it from standing posture initially, and it's going to be the same seated. So bring one hand up into your waist. Now it's not your trouser waist, it's a little higher. If you squeeze, you can almost feel your pelvis. The other hand comes up and it's at almost like a 40-degree angle from the body with the palm pressed away. Turn to the side just a little and let the hand come down, coming down in a little curve. Bend the elbow a little so it doesn't touch the body, and then turn, and the palm comes up with a slight spiral. Turn the palm down, and then turn, and the palm begins to open out. Down the curve, turn, slight spiral, palm down, turn. 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 Swap hands. Again, one hand on the waist. and we turn. Now the hand comes down in a curve, bend the elbows slightly and turn. Hand comes up, point the palm down, and as we turn, the palm gradually opens. Turn. 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 So if you're in a seated position, just turn the waist, hand down, turn the waist, hand up. Okay, so if we're doing it from a standing position, the key principle is that one part of the body moves, the whole body moves. So let me demonstrate first and then you can follow me. So we keep a bend on both knees and the hip joints relaxed. So 1, we shift the weight to the other side. 2, we turn and the hand begins to spiral up. 3, shift the weight to the other side as the palm faces down. 4, turn and the palm opens up. So it's exactly what we were doing, except we're using a weight change to facilitate the whole body moving as one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Keep the hips loose and the body upright but relaxed. If you're leaning forward or leaning to the side, just bring your feet a little bit closer together. Remember, the more comfortable you are, the more effective the exercise. Okay, swap hands. See, my knees are out, so the knees aren't in. Loose hip joints. 1, shift the weight. 2, turn. 3, shift the weight. 4, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. So we shift the weight, then we turn the body, shift the weight, then turn the body. Keep the knees bent the whole time. So we move the weight 70% one side, 70% the other side and turn. Again, joints loose, body upright. And we can try the 2 hands together. So 1 hand up, 1 hand down. Shift the weight. Turn. As we shift the weight, swap the hands, one hand up, one hand down, turn. Shift the weight, one hand up, one hand down, turn. Keep going, nice and slow and gentle. Don't worry too much about the hands being perfect. It's more important that you get the sense of the body turning. Okay, very good. Out the legs if you're standing. Now, Tai Chi can look complicated, but essentially there's just comprises of two main movements. The hands go out and the hands come in. So, start here. Don't worry about the shifting the weight and all that yet. Now, from the starting position we were in before, except this time, drop the elbow and turn and bring the hand in line with the centre of your body. Let the hand come down the curve till it's flat and then turn, then bring the hand up. Elbow down, turn, bring the hand in front of the centre, hand down and turn, bring the hand up. Try the other side. So elbow down, turn, bring the hand in line with the centre. Hand down, turn. Elbow down, turn. Hand down, turn. Elbow down, turn. Hand down, turn. Okay, shake out the hand. Now, if you're doing it from a standing position, the body moves exactly the same way. So we shift the weight, we turn, shift the weight and turn. Keep the knees bent, 70%, 30% body upright. So starting weight this side and turn to that side. Now 1, shift the weight, the elbow down. 2, turn, hand in line with the centre. 3, shift the weight. 4, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Just feel the sensation like the hands moving through water. Okay, swap sides. Weight 70%, 30%. 1, shift the weight, elbow drops. 2, turn, hand in line with the centre. 3, shift the weight, hand down. 4, turn, hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4. keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Loosen the hips. Place one hand over the lower abdomen, the other hand on top. Check the body's naturally upright. Chin in a little bit, top of the head flat. Breathe naturally. Okay, very good. Press into the palms. Get the leg and the arms. So we'll tap the energy channels to finish off. Palms up. Change arm. Palms down. The waist and the lower back are packed. Now, inside of the leg, front of the leg, outside the leg, back of the leg, kidneys, inside the leg, front of the leg, outside of the leg, back of the leg, kidneys. Okay. And to finish, we inhale, hands up, and very gently exhale, and hold the hands in front of the chest. Inhale. 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 Salute. And class is finished, so you can send any questions you may have. Type them in the comments box, I think is how we're doing it. And I'll make Tara post again. And I'll take any questions that you have.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
No bother.
That was absolutely fantastic. Really appreciate that. Very enjoyable, I have to say. I think you had us all in the palm of your hand there when you were delivering that, and I was trying it myself here at home, which was
Oh,
really
good, good. Glad to hear it.
it was really good actually. Um, so yeah, so thanks again for that. Sorry, I just need to turn my video. 1 second. Allowing me to for some reason. There we go. Yeah, I'm back. Thanks very much, Kevin. That was really great. Um, so yeah, so we've had a couple of questions actually. They're starting to fly in, which is probably not surprising, but anyway. So the first question we had was quite early on, and somebody wondered if you'd recommend a specific number of repetitions for each exercise.
No, not really. It's more the substance. I mean, generally it depends on the class, how many different exercises you're doing.
Okay.
In a class situation, it's usually between 6 and 8. But if you're doing it on your own, you can do as many as you feel comfortable doing.
Yeah. And is that 6 or 7 each side, Kevin, usually?
Yes, sorry, 6 or 7 each side, and
Yeah.
then 6 or 7 when they're done together, you know.
Okay, great. And just something that I'm wondering as well is, like, are there any particular benefits that you notice for people? I know you do some classes specifically for people who live with arthritis. So are there any specific benefits that you see for people over the long term, I suppose?
There's a huge benefit in their balance.
Okay.
Also, their like even their postures, the way they stand, loosening up the hip joints, things that you wouldn't even sort of think would make a difference, but they prevent so many things down the line, prevent
Yeah.
people having falls and things. I'll share a slide with you. Can you see
Hmm.
that?
I think it's, yep, there it is now.
Okay, so if you look at the chap there, you see him on the right, and you see his posture,
Hmm.
and you see how he's very tight around about the hip joints. Okay, when you're tight around about the hip joints, you're actually obstructing blood and energy circulation through the center of the body, and you're also putting pressure on the knee joints. So it's actually his knee joints which are taking his body weight. Okay.
Yeah.
If you see the other posture where he's naturally upright, you can see how there's a natural curve in the spine and the alignment is much healthier.
Okay.
So I would see people's posture changing in the class over time. I'm lucky that, well, they're really nice. The classes I've been doing for years, I have a lot of people who have been there for years with me doing the work, and they come back, so they must be doing something right. And they definitely say their balance, their flexibility. Just to give you an overview of one of the reasons Tai Chi is so good is because the movements are in spirals and curves. The nature of the movement stimulates acupuncture points throughout the body.
Okay.
And that's why people can feel energized after Tai Chi, they can feel good, they can do a Tai Chi session and feel something hours later, is because you're actually giving yourself acupuncture.
Okay.
That's why Tai Chi still goes, because it was a martial art originally. But they found that it was such good health benefits to people, that's why I teach it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Great. That's fantastic. And somebody was wondering if there's specific movements that are good for lower back stiffness in particular.
It's funny, I had somebody in my class yesterday asking me, when you're doing Tai Chi, I don't think that you don't do any specific exercise for a specific part. The whole thing is the whole body is linked,
Mm-hmm.
and if you've got a pain one place, it could be getting caused by something somewhere else. So if you're looking for something specific, go to a physio if you need to.
Yeah.
But with the Tai Chi, it's actually like your right shoulder's linked with your left hip. There's all kinds of sort of different synergies, but I don't really sort of adhere to trying to do something for a specific part of the body, because you need to have the whole body moving together and aligning, and that's when things start getting corrected. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. And I presume as well that once you've done it a few times, the movements probably become more natural and easier to do with time and
Yeah, I mean, it's really one of those things where I don't teach a lot of different movements, but the movements are refined for a lifetime. I'm still those first movements I was showing you were the very first movements I was taught, and when I train with the Tai Chi grandmasters, we still go through those movements
Okay.
and refine them.
Yeah.
So it's more about substance than quantity.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the beauty is in the simplicity of it, really, isn't it? That it's a whole body
Yeah,
experience.
and that's it. I mean, the principles are pretty straightforward. Relaxed, upright body, and although the movements don't seem natural, they are actually going with the natural curves of the body. I'll share another slide with you. This is all the energy, the main energy channels that run through the body, relating to the different organs.
Mhm.
So when you're doing the Tai Chi, because like you can see the little roundy bits are the big pressure points. You see the ones with a wrist.
Yeah.
So when you stimulate those points, you're actually helping those organs and the energy channels. So when I was doing the fingers and exercises before and stimulating the wrist, they are helping the very basics of blood circulation and the tendons, but they are also relating to your lung health, your heart health, and different things like that.
You're getting multiple benefits, really.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, that's brilliant. We have just a question here from somebody wondering if we're recording this, and it is recorded, and anyone who registered will get a link afterwards, and it'll also be on our website afterwards. So don't worry if you missed the start of it or anything. If the recording is there and you can watch it back. We've loads of compliments here, Kevin, to say it was really good, and they wanted to thank you.
There's somebody asking me if they're Leinster track bottoms.
Yeah.
No, they're Tai Chi bottoms. Look, it's a it's the yin yang symbol.
Oh, okay. So they're not affiliated to any particular team then, Kevin.
No. If it was a team for me, it would be a Celtic badge.
Very good. Let me see if there's anything else. There's somebody here who has a question about knee osteoarthritis and they're waiting for a knee replacement, and if there's any particular exercises to increase mobility without causing pain. I think there's probably a few different things they can probably try. Would you agree, Kevin? I mean, we sometimes recommend people try maybe aqua aerobics or walking in the pool if their knee pain is quite sore or stiff. I'm not sure if Tai Chi would also be helpful for them.
Tai Chi is especially good for the knees.
Okay, great.
And going back to what I was saying about when I showed you the chap, you see what happens is I see people in class and they're tight here, and look, you see they make movements. You see my knee come over my toe.
Yeah.
That means that my knee joint is taking my body weight.
Okay.
If I come back and loosen the hip, now the thigh muscles are taking the body weight. So when you're doing Tai Chi, now if you've got severe knee pain, you might not be able to do Tai Chi before you've had procedures or whatever. But whenever you're able to do the Tai Chi, it strengthens the muscles. And the muscles and the tendons support the joint. And that's why it's especially helpful. If that makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're taking the pressure off the knee joint, essentially.
You are very much so. And also because the movements are slow, studies have found that they increase bone density
Great.
in the body. And also because you never lock the knees, you're opening and closing them gently, and so it's increasing blood fluid. So even if you have very little cartilage, it actually creates a sort of barrier to help with the knees as well.
That's great. We have a question here, Kevin, just to ask that, you know, when you're doing the online class that we have open to people with bookings, you'll be able to see people in that correct movements for them, I think, will you?
I would definitely, I mean, I think we're doing an hour's session, so I mean, an hour's a decent amount of time on Zoom. So I would like to sort of be able to, and I'm surprised, it was only since COVID, but it's surprising how you can actually work on a Zoom and help people, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a lecture. I want it to be a bit more interactive when we do the online classes, you know?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I can appreciate that. That's great. Let me see, do we have any more questions there? Just a lot of thank yous, and that people said, so somebody said they were a little bit stiff, but they'll practice. So I think it's one of those things where it's probably where the more you do it, it'll improve the stiffness, hopefully. That'd be, I suppose, a lot of the benefits for some people who live with arthritis in particular.
Yeah, I see one from Julianne. She's asking about
Recommend.
in Cork. I don't know personally instructors, but I know there is instructors down in Cork. Just to I don't know, the style of Tai Chi I do is called Chen style. Chen. So if you like this style of Tai Chi, look for a qualified instructor with Chen style Tai Chi. Chen.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope that helps, Julie. But I wouldn't have numbers of anybody down in the Cork area, unfortunately. But look for Chen style Tai Chi, because there's a lot of people sort of use Tai Chi and they're not really trained in Tai Chi. You know, I've heard of Tai Chi yoga, you know, things like that. So a lot of people use buzzwords to promote their classes. But if you're looking for something that is pure sort of Tai Chi like we were doing today, it's Chen style Tai Chi.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. And like you say, it's really important to go to a class where there's someone who's a properly qualified instructor, because we want to make sure people get the benefits as well, which is great.
Definitely.
Let's see. So let me see if there's any. I don't think there's any other questions there. Somebody wondering if there's an online class in the evenings. Beautiful class. I'd say maybe subject to demand, we may be able to offer additional classes. At the moment, we don't have an evening class that's available as far as I'm aware. We have.
I mean, I was going to speak to Jennifer about the possibility of recording the classes and making them available to people on the course, because I've got online members and I make my class available to them, so if people can't make specific times, they can still view them. Could be an option if during the day doesn't suit you, Carolyn, you know?
Yeah, that's a great idea. So yeah, just keep an eye on our website as well, just to keep an eye out for activities and classes that might be going on in your area, and opportunities then to do more classes with Kevin. And we also run adapted exercise classes as well in quite a few locations around the country, so you might find those beneficial as well. Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap up there, Kevin, unless there's anything else you wanted to say.
I'm delighted there was such a great attendance, and thanks everyone for their nice comments. I really appreciate it. I hopefully see you again in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and just to remind everybody that our helpline number is 0818 252 846. And if you wanted to also visit our website, it's arthritisireland.ie. And you'll find a lot of information there and access to book our programs and our classes as well, but also to find out lots of different information about Arthritis Ireland and different arthritis conditions. And as I mentioned, you can always watch this back as well. Again, it'll be on our website in the coming days. So thanks again, Kevin. We really want to say thank you so much for giving up your time today, and to everybody who attended. We really hope you benefited from it, and we wish you all a lovely weekend. Thanks again.